Probability. Probability is the chance that something will happen. Recently, a speedrun that I did on Mixer was analyzed by the President of the United States, Kanye West, and was deemed as improbable to a degree that is nearly impossible. So lucky, in fact, that they came to the conclusion that there is a 1 in 10 bajillion chance that I didn't cheat. And that's a really big number. They put out a video and a long document talking about it, and this is my response. Now, I'm not sure if you realize how big of a number that is, but that is basically the only number bigger than your mom. You have better odds of being the millionth visitor on yahoo.com. I've had people spamming me, calling me a cheater, saying there's absolutely no way that I didn't cheat. Every speedrun that I have on my YouTube channel is still up, including the one where I got my friend to help me and we beat the game in an hour and a half with absolutely no deaths whatsoever. Now, the odds of the 1 in 10 bajillion are wrong. I hired a statistician with 4 PhDs, that is an active astrochemical rocket mathematician, microbioanalysis physicist statistician. He's also a doctor, a plumber, a lawyer, a pizza delivery guy, a teacher, a cop, and a gamer. Heck, he even appeared on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. You know him, you love him. Neil deGrasse Tyson. When I approached him on the street the other night, I asked him if he would help me analyze my Minecraft speedrun to prove if it was legit. He said some stuff like, "What the heck's a Minecraft speedrun? And what's the suck for? Where are you taking me?" You know, the usual. I also brought one of the mods on for clarification that I didn't cheat and that I provided my mods folder and any other files they needed when they asked for it. So, there's no way I could have cheated, but we're just getting started. Neil wrote me a 300-page paper analyzing that I didn't cheat, which I will go over in this video. He also compiled all the Pearl and Blaze Rod trades that I did, stating, "There is no statistically significant evidence that Popboy modified the probabilities." Did I take this quote out of context? Yes. Do I care? No. Do I take the actual conclusion of the paper out of context and twist it to fit my narrative? No. Am I a liar? I would never lie. Do you think I would lie? Man, you're crazy. The mod team is a bunch of babies that can't do math to save their lives. They're doing volunteer work and they're just jealous of me because I'm in a relationship with George Not Found. And they're not. The astrochemical rocket microbioanalysis physicist statistician from Harvard with 4 PhDs wrote an expert paper on this. Did I mention they graduated from Harvard with 4 PhDs? Can't believe this guy. Here's the block of gold representing how much money I am going to give the mod team to help develop an anti-cheat client when Badline is already a thing. And this is the amount of money I have after selling a water bottle for $40. It just stretches on for miles. Did I mention how easy it is to skew big numbers without context? I'm sure the mods did their best, except when they decided to call me a cheater. I would never lie, you can look at the paper yourself. It's 300 pages, and I asked him to make it as drawn out and difficult to understand as possible without a college-level math degree, so that none of my 10-year-old fanbase will understand anything and blindly believe me as they always do. I'm sure in those 300 pages you can't even find the quote of what I'm talking about. And that's because I made it up. The document Neil wrote me is actually a copy of Diary of a Wimpy Kid Roderick Rules. Everyone knows I'm only investigated because I was lucky. So it makes sense that I was lucky, right? I'm just very lucky. So it makes sense why everyone thinks I cheated, but they're wrong. I never lie, and I never cheat. If I came home from work today and my wife asked me, "Honey, did you cheat on me?" I would tell her, "Sweaty, there's a 1 in 7.5 trillion chance I cheated on you." Oh, sorry, 1 in 10 bajillion. Pick a number, 1 through 10. If you pick 7, congratulations, 28% of people also picked 7. How's this? Pick a number, 1 through 20. If you picked 17, congratulations, 18% of people also picked 17. How's this? Pick a number, 1 through 100. If you picked 69, grow up. Most people also pick that. While we're on the subject of probability, there's a little known fact that everything has a 50-50 chance to occur. Either it happens, or it doesn't. So, that means the odds of me cheating were 0, obviously since I never cheat, but also the odds of pearls dropping are 50-50. Either they happen or they don't. And they did 16% of the time. Yes, the drop rates may or may not be 2%, you know, large sample, but you know, we can round up here, you know. Stats like that don't apply here. Very unlikely events happen every day, so it makes sense that I, out of all people, get very lucky, because I always get lucky. Rare events happen daily. I'm lucky and you're not. Get over it. I went on a lucky streak over the course of those piglin barters. Speech 100 I have, and they always give me pearls every time. Did you have speech 100? I don't think so. I do. That's why they give me so many. Ignore the other streamers' luck, the stopping rule helps me here. This shows that the original number 1 in 10 bajillion is flat out wrong. Therefore, that means I didn't cheat. If the mod team is wrong, then the only other possible outcome is that I'm right. 50-50 rule. I didn't cheat. I'm not good at math, so how would I know if these numbers are right? Just take it as you will. Some have also brought up this voice clip.
I hate women.
That is a lie. I never said that. Women make up 50% of the population, and according to the 50-50 rule, I cannot hate women. Don't believe in 50-50? Look it up on Reddit. You can get lucky for a bit, but if you get lucky consistently, that's a little sus, am I right? The imposter kinda sus, huh? Fortunately, I am crewmate, and Geometry Rectangle is the imposter. Let's move away from the numbers for a minute. Tommy Inna came out and said that he is the one who actually wrote the paper. Let's just hear what he has to say.
I'm the one that did the math.
You cannot, no.
I'm the one that did the math.
What's the quadratic formula?
Minus b, plus or minus, the square root of a squared.
This guy didn't even get the quadratic formula right. Only someone as smart as Neil could have written such a perfect paper with absolutely no bias at all. Now, I may have said some things to the mod team that might be seen as offensive, but look, I was frustrated with their sheer bias against me. This means I'm allowed to be mad at them, but they're not allowed to talk back. It's not a double standard, sweaty. It's just business. I clear myself of all crimes not committed. Let's ignore the fact that actions speak louder than words, but don't send hate to the mod team. I'm sure they tried their best, stupid babies they are. Let me quote something from a Minecraft developer. Going off of chances is quite dumb. I'm sure this quote isn't being taken out of context in any way, shape, or form. Even if all of my drops were pearls, going off of chances is quite dumb, because you all know I just get very lucky. The Minecraft developer also said, "Ay caramba putas locas." This roughly translates to, I'm just very lucky. Why isn't the Minecraft developer saying who they are? That's a great question. I have literally no idea. It's not because they're trapped in my basement or anything, that would be weird. Even still, getting something almost impossible to happen doesn't prove that I cheated. It only points a huge red arrow towards it. You may have noticed that this video isn't monetized. That's because I don't meet YouTube's requirements to be monetized. But if I do get monetized, don't worry. All revenue from this video will go straight into my bank account. In conclusion, Tommy Inna is adopted.